Hello student, welcome to our today's session. Our today's session it is related to class 8 and we are discussing our subject that is science from our NCERT book. Today we will discuss chapter 12 that is friction. Okay, so here we start. So in the previous video regarding the previous chapter that is force and pressure, we have discussed about friction, that what friction is. Okay, friction is also a type of contact force. So in that chapter we have discussed that what friction is. Friction is a force that come into play when two surfaces come in contact with each other. Okay, when two surface they come in contact with each other, then this friction works, and this frictional force it always act in the opposite direction of motion. It always act on the opposite direction of motion. So what the work of the force is, it always oppose the motion between the surface and the moving object. Okay, just few of the examples we consider here that is given in your book for the introductory purpose. Just see, have you ever seen the driver of a car or a truck slowing down the vehicle at the traffic signal? So the same way you also, when you want to slow down your bicycle, you apply the brakes. So what is the work of the brake there? It is opposing the motion. It is opposing the motion. But sometimes we are not applying any additional force. We are not applying any external force. But that time also it is stopped. For example, a moving ball, when it is rolling on the ground, after some time it will stop. And the common example, when we step on a banana peel we slip. So it is the quite similar example regarding our topic, that is friction. Okay, the same, it is very difficult for us to walk on a smooth surface or when the floor is wet. So regarding all those topics we will discuss in this our chapter, that is chapter 12, friction. So just say one of the activities given to here, that once we generally push a book on a table. Okay, so what we observe, that it stop after moving some distance. It covered some distance, but after covering this much of distance it will stop. Again, if we try to move it from the other direction, then also the same, after some distance it will stop. So what make it to stop? What make the this book to stop? Okay, why it is not going on rolling and rolling? So it is only because of the surface. Okay, because of the roughness of the two surface, we will study later. Uh, Opposing force is there which act on it. That's why it is stopped. So this force which act on the opposition of the motion, the force which act on the opposition of the motion, it is called as force of friction. It is called as force of friction. So we have seen that in few of the cases, we in the same example, we are applying the force from the left, we are applying the force from the right. So when we are applying force from the left, the friction act along the right in the opposite direction, and when we apply the force along the right, the friction will be in the left. So in both the cases, what the force is doing, it oppose the motion of the book. Okay, it is the opposition force which oppose the force of the motion. So force, what force is? Force of friction, it always oppose the applied force. This is the point to note, that the force of friction, it always oppose the applied force. So in this activity what we have observed, that the force of friction act between the and surface of the book and the surface of the table. Means we need two surface as well as the object. Means the force of friction, it work between the surface. So now question arises, that is the friction same for all surface? For all kind of surface, is the magnitude of the friction is same, or it is depending on the type of the surface, whether the surface is smooth, whether the surface is rough? So let us find out in the other activities with the help of the following activities. So in these activities, we have also discussed regarding the factors. What the factors are there? They are affecting the friction. Okay, the factors which are affecting the friction. So one activity is given to you, that is activity 12.2. So in this activity, what we have to do, we have to take a spring balance. Okay. So what spring balance is? First of all, we will discuss what spring balance is. It is a device. Okay, spring balance. It is a device used for measuring the force. The force, what the force is acting on an object. Spring balance is used to measure that force. Okay, in this a coiled spring is there which get stretched. When we hang something here, the spring balance will get stretched, and the stretching of the spring, it is measured by a pointer. A pointer is there which measure the stretching of the spring, and the pointer, it is moving on this graduated scale. Just see, a scale is here, graduated scale. So the reading, it gives the magnitude of the force. So what we have to do in this activity, just have a look here. So we have to tie a string around a brick, and then we have to pull that brick with the help of spring balance. When we are pulling that brick, what happens? We need to apply some force, and we have to note that reading. We will note that reading in the spring balance when the brick is just moving. Okay, in the initial time, we will note down the reading. Now, what it gives, it results the force of friction. What is the force of friction between the brick and the floor initially? Then what happens? What we have to do? We have to wrap a piece of polythene around that brick. We will wrap a piece of polythene, and again we will repeat this activity. And we have to find the difference in the reading. Same. And why there is a difference in the reading? Why now there is a difference? Because this surface, now we are covering this brick with the help of polythene. Now there is a change in the surface. Polythene is quite smoother than the brick. So there is a difference in the reading. So what we have concluded, that the smoothness of the surface, it affects the friction. Smoothness of the surface, it affects the friction. For this we will do the similar activity again. The activity, just see 12.3. In this, what we have to take, we have to just see the diagram, page number 148. Just see the diagram here. We have to take an inclined plane. This marked as A. We will take this inclined plane on the table or floor, but wherever. Just see the way we have aligned it. Now, we have to put a mark with a pen at point A, and after that, on the inclined plane, what we are using a pencil cell. Okay, at that mark, we are using a pencil cell, and see how far it move on the table. What we have to check, how far it move on the table. Then again, what we have to do, we have to repeat this activity. We have to cover it with the, just see this B1. We will repeat this activity with covering it with a piece of cloth. So, and we have to show that there are no wrinkles in the cloth. Okay, it will affect it also. So now this cloth compared to that table, it is not so smooth. Okay, now it is a little bit of rough. Now the same activity we will repeat as part A. Now what we cross check, that it will cover the less distance. So why the distance is minimum now? Okay, why there is a difference in the distance? Why distance is minimum? Because this distance covered, it also depend on the nature of the surface. The distance covered, it also depend on the nature of the surface. Okay, the smoothness of the surface, it depends on the smoothness of the surface also. So what we have concluded, that friction is caused by the irregularities. Okay, because none of the surface is completely smooth. There may be little bit of irregularities there. If we cross check them minutely with the help of microscope and all, we will find some of the irregularities. So irregularities are there between the surface. So even those surfaces which we appear that they are quite smooth, they also have a large number of minute irregularities on them. Okay, so whatever the irregularities are there, just see it is shown here in the diagram also. Whatever the irregularities are there, those irregularities lock both of the object between each other. Okay, so when we attempt to move any surface, what we are doing, we have to apply some force so that we can overcome that interlocking. When we are applying some force, then only we can overcome the that interlocking. Okay, so but we are getting the point that rough surface, they are having the large number of irregularities. If the smooth surface having a large number of minute irregularities, then the rough surface, they are having the larger number of irregularities. That's why the force of friction is greater in rough surface. Okay, in rough surface, the force of friction is greater than the smooth one. So what we have concluded, that why friction occurs? Because none of the surface is perfectly smooth. None of the surface is perfectly smooth. Whatever the surface we are seeing with the unaided eyes, that they are smooth, but if we observe it minutely with the help of microscope, we found number of irregularities there. Okay, and what we have concluded, that rough surface, they have more friction between them than the smoother surface. Okay, now again we go to our chapter, our topic. So what we are getting, we are seeing that friction is caused by the interlocking of the irregularities. Friction is caused by the interlocking of the irregularities in the two surfaces. Okay, so what we can say, that friction will increase if two surfaces are pressed harder. But the example we can see, that if we drag a mat, if no one is there on that mat, but if some person is on the mat, then we have to press it harder. We have to push it with the larger force, greater force. Okay, so just recall your experience, that whenever you have moved some heavier box, you help your parents in your home to pull some heavier box from one place to another. Okay, if you have not done till yet, just try to do just try to push a heavy box, try to move a heavy box from one place to another. Then what we can get, we can get the idea that to move the box from rest, okay, it is little bit of tough, but when the object is already moving, then it is easier for us to keep it in motion. Okay, so here we find two types of friction there. In the next video we will discuss in detail about them, but here we will discuss little bit of them. That the force required to overcome friction at the instant an object start moving from the rest. Okay, when it is start moving from the rest, it is known as static friction. It is known as static friction. But the friction which is required to keep the object moving, that the object is moving and moving, right now it is moving, and the friction which is required to that keep on, the object will keep on moving with the same speed, that is known as sliding friction. Okay, there are different type of the friction also. In the next video we will discuss about them. So when the box starts sliding, the contact point on its surface, it do not get enough time to lock into the contact on the floor. So the sliding friction, whatever the sliding friction we are having, is smaller than the static one. It is smaller than the static one. Okay, so what we concluded, that heavier object, they also have more friction. Okay, heavier object, if they press together with a greater force, it will cause great between them. So just recall all the things what we have discussed in our today's session, that what are the factors that affect friction, the irregularities of the surface, the irregularities of the surface. If we move an object on an irregular or rough surface, the another surface which is also regular, okay, then the force of friction will be higher and the movement of the object will be restricted. And it also depends on the regularities of the surface or its smoothness. Means if surface, either the object or the surface, any one of them are smooth, then the friction would be less. Okay, and the object it move easier over that surface, because that smooth surface having the certain irregularities, but the irregularities in the rough surface is quite higher than the smooth surface. So these two factors we studied. Then we discussed that if two forces are pressed harder, if two surfaces that are pressed harder, what happens? The force of friction it increase between the two surfaces. Okay, because they are pressed harder, so the movement of the object become restricted. And if there is no pressure, means no one is sitting on the mat, then object can move easily. Okay, so in the smooth surface with the small push required for pushing some object, and it result in the low friction. But when the surface is rough, then it oppose with the high friction. So all these things regarding our today's topic. In the next section, we will discuss different type of friction and its advantages and disadvantages also. Till then, thank you and take care. Repeat this session. Thank you.